So there's an idiot columnist with the New York Times called Thomas Friedman, and 3 days ago he came up with a column piece, or whatever opinion I guess you put it. Biden Cheney 2024. Uh, Now I'm not going to read the parts where he's talking about the whole Israeli uh, Palestinian conflict, but it does into play, which I will mention. He talks about how in Israel, a lot, and I don't know if they're doing that right now. They're talking about how they have a right wing president and a left wing prime minister, and sometimes they flip it. Like, so now he's talking about, uh, is that what America needs 2024? A ticket of Joe Biden and Liz Cheney? He goes on to list some more, but like, are you serious? I don't know what. Look, Liz Cheney deserves credit for turning against Trump, but you gotta remember she's still Liz Cheney. She's a Republican, the daughter of Darth Cheney, and I don't care. Like if you're, I don't care if you claim you're not your parents. If you're the son of a horrible person or daughter of a horrible person, I don't want to deal with you. I don't care. I don't care how wrong you think that is. I don't care. He goes on to say, Joe Biden or Lisa Murkowski? No. Kamala Harris and Mitt Romney. Kamala Harris, one of the most unpopular vice presidents, against a guy who lost. Stacey Abrams, Liz Cheney. Stacey Abrams is a godsend, and you want her to run with that awful person? Just because Liz Cheney is anti-Trump, it doesn't mean she's a good person. It's like Captain or Commodore Norton. One good deed is not enough to redeem a man of a lifetime of wickedness. And Liz Cheney has Jack Sparrow. Although it does seem enough to condemn him. Indeed, it does. Or Amy Klobuchar and Liz. What is with his obsession with Liz Cheney? But Amy Klobuchar, someone who was regarded as abusive, someone who just has no policies to actually help people. Oh my god, he's an idiot. Key Israeli politicians swallowed their pride, softened policy edges, came together for a 4-year national unity government led by right-wing Prime Minister Naftali Bennett and left-of-center alternate Prime Minister Yair Lapid. They are to switch parties after 2 years. I'm not going to comment about whether you support Israel or not. I'm on the fence. But that's not how we do things. We don't switch. We're not oh, it's our turn. Seriously, no one. Netanyahu was smart and Trump constantly delegitimizing media and Israeli justice system and vigorously exploiting social and religious fault lines to divide and rule. That doesn't make you smarter. That just makes you disgusting. Okay. America is facing existential moments, noting that the Republican Party Jonah isn't committing any longer to playing by democratic rules. The United States uniquely threatened among the Western democracies. That all means two things. He continued. First, this Trump cult version of the GOP must never be allowed to retake the White House. That's the one part in which we will agree. Like, yeah. Since Trump has made embracing the big lie that 2020 election was fraud a prerequisite for being in the Trump GOP, his entire cabinet most likely will be people who denied or worked to overturn Biden's election victory. There is no reason to believe that they would cede power the next time. Okay, we'll agree on that one. But that's not really he came with this all on his own. That's more of a duh. It's a democracy. Parties lose popularity in this election. That is normal. But democracy can afford for this Republican Party to win again because they have demonstrated a ton of evidence they no longer commit Democrat. Okay, so he's on a roll here. Then here's where he goes. So Biden and Cheney's not just a crazy idea, I ask. Yeah, it is. Because we're not like that. We are so divided. Now, you could argue that Biden and Cheney are the same because, this is also admitting that there's no difference between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. That we got the Republican Party, the corrupt and evil party, and you got the slightly less Republican light Democratic Party that's actually, you know that Democrats are actually the true conservatives because they're right now not changing a damn thing, while Republicans will change it for the worse. They will rig everything in favor of the rich, while Democrats will simply be like, okay, let's just not do anything except maybe some tweaks. We'll give you maybe $1, one $1,400 check. We'll you know, I'll give him credit for this ending Afghanistan, but he's not doing anything else. Build Back Better is dead and the infrastructure passed, but how does that affect me? We should be ready to talk about Liz Cheney as part of our blow to your mind Israeli-style fusion coalition with Democrats. It's a coalition that says one overriding goal right now that is saving our democratic system. It means AOC campaigning for Liz Cheney. Okay, I did not see that part. Okay, listen, asshole. I've got my criticisms of the shit that AOC has done. But I will disown AOC if she ever campaigns. This guy doesn't see a difference between Democrats and Republicans, and to be fair, he does. He literally doesn't see it. Like we see some of the differences, but for him, it's all just a game to him. It's all just a well, it's just business, you know. It's all sports. We got the Atlantic Gladiators over here with the Democrats, and we got the Jacksonville Icemen. By the way, fuck you. We're going against the Icemen tonight. Um, uh, requires huge political sacrifice. Putting Liz Cheney putting on the shelf. I don't know what that means. Oh, I guess shelving many policy goals she and other Republicans share. What it takes, and if you don't do it, just look back and see why democracy collapsed in countries like Germany, Spain, and Chile. Democratic forces shouldn't have done it, but they didn't. Okay, democracy failed in those countries because the government failed the people. And then desperate people embraced fascist people because they promised all this, like, we will restore your economics, we will restore your wages, we will keep jobs here in Germany or Spain or Chile or whatever. Because when the government fails, people turn to desperate measures. And that's what I see in America. We are slow because the government refuses to help the American people. They refuse to actually do anything because they're bought and corrupt and owned. They're bought, bribed, and corrupt. Not the BBC I'm all for, by the corporations. We are in imperial decline, and these guys are going. Why don't we just have a coalition of people who, well, yes, technically, um, are the same, but we're also not. Like the Republicans want to get rid of gay marriage and abortion rights. The Democrats don't. Now, I do think I have said this, and I said this as I was coming on my way home from work yesterday, that if there was like an industry that profited off of keeping gay marriage solely for straight people, Democrats would turn on gay people in an instant. Most of them would, because it's all about money. There's no money in denying gay people their rights. It's sort of like hey, gay people want to have rights. Is there money in it to keep it the way it is? No. Then why not? You know, there's actually money to be getting from places like Planned Parenthood to keep abortion legal. You know, why we don't have common sense gun control? Because the NRA and gun manufacturers make it so. You know why we don't have universal health care, Medicare for all? Because of the private healthcare industry keeps it that way with their donations. You know why we haven't done anything on climate change? Because of the money from fossil fuel industry. It's all, you know why we're still in all these wars despite Biden pulling us out of Afghanistan? Military industrial complex. It's all about money. And Democrats would turn on gay people and trans people and women if there was money in it. Because don't act like Democrats are just these great big heroes. Like they're like bad everywhere, but this is the one issue where they're no, they're only good on it because they ain't got any money motive to otherwise. It's sort of like I don't know. Like I think furries are weird, but if I have neighbors like that, as long as they mind their own business, I ain't got no money to support them. I mean, I ain't got no motive to support them. You get the idea. And this guy, he is just a typical boomer who thinks that, oh, we're we all are the same. We just need to hold hands and sing Kumbaya. And I actually and I just saw this in Google. The View destroys Cheney Biden ticket. I ain't got a big opinion of The View. I don't watch The View. I already did that with the Bush administration. Wow, that's a bar. Like if this was in a rap battle, like I don't know what rhymes with administration, but like already there with the Bush administration. Biden Cheney ticket after Feet was asked about. Uh, I'm not gonna read through the whole thing. For two things on that. First of all, they don't agree on anything except they both hate Trump. That's basically the only thing they agree on. Behar said, Joy Behar, I think. It would put a gridlock in the White House as well as Congress. And anyway, God forbid something would happen to Biden. I'm not into President Cheney. I already did that with the Bush administration. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Wow. Okay. Joy Behar. I ain't got a lot of respect for you, but I do respect that. That's a. Already did that. I mean, yeah. I mean, you really think George Bush is running the scenes? Really? Pretty sure Darth Cheney was our first Sith Lord president. The man behind the man. If you know anything about the Irish mob, or back in the days when crime bosses would literally give money to politicians back in the day, Darth Cheney was the man behind the man. If you've read the book Paddywhack by T.J. English, but yeah, no, I'm not gonna vote for Biden again. I'm actually starting to warm up to either Nina Turner. I've always been in favor of Nina Turner, but I'm also starting to warm up to Marianne Williamson. Marianne Williamson, and mean this with all due respect to Nina Turner, she won't receive the racism that Nina Turner would if she runs. Oh yeah, you are gonna see. Listen, the fact that Nina Turner is a black person, a black woman, and a progressive who was on the Bernie train. You think the shit they did to Obama and they're doing to Kamala Harris is bad? Oh, I hope she does run. I want her to run. I will support her. But when she does run, ooh, it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get. I know. I never met her. I saw her, like from the crowd. I saw her at the Atlanta rally back in 2020 before COVID hit. Uh, I can tell that she's gonna take their shit like Bernie will. Bernie, unfortunately, is way too nice. He's naive. He really thinks that you can work with the establishment from within. He's too nice. We need a strong black woman who won't take anybody's shit. That's the answer. Or Marianne Williamson, because she's basically the female Bernie. You know, she's even Jewish. Not that that's important. That's more just me browsing Wikipedia, going, oh, you know she was Jewish. Yeah, like her during the Vietnam War, like when she was being told that Vietnam had to be fought because Vietnam would spill all over and over here, like thousands of miles away. Her father took her and her brothers and sisters. I don't know. Brothers and sisters. They took her to Vietnam to make it sound like, don't you ever forget that this war should not be fought. Basically, something along those lines. Like basically as a rebuke of what that person said. You know, she like I had an opinion. Like I literally thought what everyone else thought back during the primaries, that she was like this like wackadoo lady who would solve America's with, oh, America just needs to get the chakras aligned. We'll use crystals. I mean, she kept talking about love, and I'm like, Marianne, love doesn't win anything. Hate wins. We must unite in our hatred. We united in okay. The Republicans united in their hatred for immigrants and women in 2016, and we, people on the left and anti-Trump, united in our hatred for Trump, and we defeated Trump. That's how we win. Hate wins. We hate the other side. Maybe one day we'll get to the point where we will be voting for something instead of against something. I do think Marianne Williamson has some promise if she drops the love shtick. Because when you talk about love in a political debate, you sound like the crazy lady with the crystals. You're like, give me the child, and I will cleanse all negative energy with these little chakra and crystals. Maybe even a variation of Williamson and Turner. I'm okay with two women. Yeah. So let me know what y'all think. Stay awesome, stay progressive. May the force be with you, and let's go gladiators.